How you doing, everyone? So I'm with Mr. Martinez here, man. You came to Kansas City just for her expo. Your story is so powerful and so inspiring. We sat and listened to your story. Amazing. So, I mean, tell the audience, a little bit about your history, your background, where you came from, and why you're here today.
Well, for me, my story, pretty much what a lot of people know and kind of related to, is the fact that I was in the military, and I was injured in Iraq in 2003, and I was 19 years old, and all of a sudden I was injured. I went from being in a completely in shape, playing sports my whole life, and of course being a soldier, you kind of stay in solid shape, to all of a sudden being a 19-year-old, and I was literally, as I tell people, I was a 19-year-old baby because I couldn't do anything for myself, and it was hard for me to comprehend that my mind was saying I want to get up and walk to the other end of the room, but I couldn't. I couldn't pick up the remote to change the channel on the TV. I couldn't do anything for myself, and I literally, the doctors were like, well, you don't think you'll be able to do this and do that, and it just got to a point after 2.5 years in the hospital, I just said no more, that this is not me. As I was sharing, I gained so much weight when I got out of the military, and I weighed 240 pounds. Now, I'm only 5'9", so, 240 is not the bracket that I'm supposed to be in, exactly, and I just kind of said, you know what, as people kind of associate disability, with when they see kind of people that have gone through injuries or have some kind of injuries, and I literally said to my doctor, I'm going to diss that diss, and I have ability inside of me, and I just made a choice, and I stayed committed to it, and so that's, coming here today is just trying to inspire, all these individuals, whether it's men and women, whether it's with Hitch Fit and trying to say, I'm trying to, transform, or whether it's a New Year's resolution or a summer's resolution, or whatever it is, get in shape, you can do it for yourself, you know what I mean, and you can get up off that couch, and you can get up out of the bed, or you can take the crutches or whatever it is, and you can actually do it for yourself. And so it's important for me to essentially be an extension of what you guys do. We're in the same business, we're in the same field, trying to allow people to tap into their powers and to tap into what they can accomplish, and allowing them to actually, I think what we do is actually the best part, because we get to see them make that transformation.
And we get to work inside internally, because it starts here. You were talking about that. You had some negative happen in your life, and then it's which path you choose. And you had complete choices that where a doctor said, oh, someone's going to have to feed you. Someone's going to be like, nah, I'm going to feed myself. I'm going to do what I need to do.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have liked for a girl to feed me for
the
the rest
of
my life.
Feeding you.
I mean, what guy would, of course, but I wouldn't say that here, because women would attack me. With respect, but, of course, you're right, man. And I think that, and as I say to people all the time, we have a tendency, we live in a visual world, so we can see, our appearances on the outside, we can see cars, we can see clothes, we can see roofs over our head, and the minute that we feel like we visually, we can't see that anymore, we've lost it, we think that we lose everything, but the biggest thing I tell people is that you still have that ability inside of you to make a choice. And sometimes in your darkest moments, when things seem, like they're shot to hell, if you make a choice for yourself and you stay committed and you're dedicated and you don't let anything or anybody take you away from that, you'd be surprised, and you're going to surprise everybody else what you've accomplished. I mean, my doctors, as much as they love me and try to support me and try to give me back to 100%, to see me doing the things that I'm doing today, they're like, you know what, we never thought. We never really thought. We never even thought, as a burn survivor, you were in a hospital for so long, that you can move around like that, that you can dance like that.
And this dude won dancing with
the
Stars.
I won. Can you believe it? As they say in Georgia, who would have thunk it, So,
he's got all these Spanish women chasing him down.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody now is like, oh, dance, what's the move? And I'm like, oh my God. But it's cool, man, and I applaud you, for what you guys are doing as well, and trying to allow people to, I understand you guys are spreading out to a lot of different countries around the world and doing great things, man, and just keep it up, man, because I know it's amazing. I've seen people, personally, when they made the choice and the decision and committed to it to transform, their lives physically, at the end, they're like, oh my God, you can just see everything just changes about them, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden they feel like, oh, I can, talk to a beautiful girl, or I can go out there and wear this certain type of clothes, or I can just, at the end of the day, just be happy with my body and myself, and not walk past the mirror and be like, oh, get away, and so I applaud you guys for what you're doing.
Man, you're doing amazing things too. Where can we find you?
Well, I'm on Twitter. I mean, that's Twitter, my website, of course, Facebook, that whole, world. And my Twitter account is KNOW J.R, so it's no J.R. So hit me up, and then, of course, my website as well, which is jrmartinez.com. So, I'm out there floating around, just trying to do the same thing, man.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what? Thank you so much.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure, man.
For taking the time. Check us out on hitchfit.com. Check out J.R. Martinez here. Real deal.
Sweat it out. If you have negativity inside of you, sweat it out. That's the way to do it. Sweat it out. All right, cool, man. It was a pleasure, man.